Another thing we've been talking about is the number of women running for governor, and the midterms saw historic victories for women in several key races, including governor. Next year, for the first time in U.S. history, there will be 12 female governors serving at the same time, beating the previous record of 9 female governors in 2004. One of them is Maura Healey, who will be the first elected female governor of Massachusetts. And Governor-elect Healey joins us now. You've made history on a number of levels. Congratulations. Thank you for being on today. I love the message that you sent straight out of your win when you tweeted a picture of 4 women, and you said, "We might be the first, but we won't be the last." To every little girl out there, we want you to know there is no ceiling you can't break. And up and down the line, governor-elect, lieutenant governor, attorney general, treasurer, all women in Massachusetts.
Yeah, it was a really special night here in Massachusetts. We did something historic. I'm really proud of our ticket. And, you know, I'm really pleased because I think we know more than ever that representation really matters. It means we're going to have better policies, better laws when we have more diversity reflected in those who are in office. Sorry about that.
No
and
problem.
Also, the other thing is seen as it's the last couple of days of being out. But, you know, seeing is believing. And yesterday I had an opportunity to go visit with young girls in an after-school program. And their faces just lit up because they saw, I think in me, someone who looked like them. And that was just really, really powerful. And it's one of the reasons I'm so excited about this election and what it represents. I'm also excited that the voters here in Massachusetts completely rejected Trumpism and completely rejected those who want to take away abortion rights.
So were those the top 2 issues up and down, democracy? And was January 6th a part of that? And also, obviously, having rights that women have had for 50 years, for younger women voting, rights they've had their entire lives taken away. It's probably a feeling they've never experienced.
It's certainly something I heard a lot about on the trail. That was something that I think we see has energized voters across this country. It certainly did in Massachusetts. And also, people here in Massachusetts were really clear that, you know, so many are tired of the noise, tired of the vitriol, tired of politicians who are trying to polarize and exploit, and really tired of my opponent. Look, the guy on the other side was Trump. He was Trump's campaign chair here in Massachusetts, and voters just rejected that. And so, you know, those are some of the things that we saw. Obviously, I had a record as 8 years here as Attorney General, and you know, I think that it was a little bit of a referendum on that, I suppose, and the great work of my team in the Attorney General's office. But it was an exciting night, I'll tell you, that we had here in Massachusetts to see all these women elected up and down the ballot, something we just have not seen before in this state.
Incredible.
Governor-elect Healey, great to have you on the show. Congratulations on your win. Mr. Boston, Mike Barnicle, texted to say, don't forget, she was captain of her college basketball team, a little school in Cambridge some people may have heard of. She's a leader. So that's from Mike Barnicle. Tell me about, you mentioned democracy.
Shout out to Mike, thank you.
Shout out to Mike always. You, as Attorney General, you did take on the Trump administration, going all the way back to the Muslim ban, immigration, environmental regulations, all kinds of things. And you talked a little bit about this question of democracy in this election. Of course, the economy and abortion and all those things. But there does appear, not just in your race and your state, but across the country, to have been a movement where people say, we need to pull back from the brink a little bit. Did you hear that as you talked to voters out on the trail?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, you know, I think we saw that across the country. So many election deniers just rejected. And that is a good thing for democracy. And it was sad to me as I looked across the country and saw the number of people running for important seats, governor, secretary of state, attorney general, who were still denying the results of 2020. And the good news is the voters, it looks like, saw through that and rejected that. And that is incredibly important for democracy because, you know, people need to have faith in government. And it's so good to see that so many were able to come through in the face of opposition by those who would deny elections in this country. And also, you know, to see the work of those who are out there at the polls, the strength of our system, to make sure that people have the right to vote and are able to do so. And that's what happened here. In Massachusetts, I'm, of course, going to be focused on the top issue, which is affordability in our state. And I talked a lot about that on the trail, the economic message and the need to really deliver for people here in the state. But I'm proud of the state for the values that we stood for, the freedoms that we stood for, and grateful to the voters for giving me and a host of women up and down the ballot an opportunity to serve.
That's really cool. Democratic Governor-elect Maura Healey of Massachusetts, thank you for being on.
Great to be with you. Take care.
Take care and still.